One more time from Millett Hall this season. It is Miami women's basketball looking to clinch a spot in the 4-5 game in the MAC tournament next week, while also honoring the seniors that have made this program improve so much from the season before. Good afternoon and welcome everybody to Millett Hall for the final time this season. This is Miami women's basketball on Red Hawk Radio, joined by Sean Wiesemann. I am Bryan Miller, and Sean, this is a Miami team that has dramatically improved from last season after a 9-20 season last year in the first season for Glenn Box, where they were not able to qualify for the MAC tournament. They have drastically improved this season and will be playing next week in Cleveland.
And, you know, that's a testament to Glenn Box, the roster turnover, the complete rebuild that he had to do. Obviously, last season, there was virtually no scoring, a bunch of freshmen who were playing extended minutes, and he kind of had to pull a lot of people last second in because of the way that the previous head coach exited, and so it was a complete overhaul. But the fact that he's been able to get 18 wins out of this group after, you said, doubling the win total in just a season, and, you know, bringing in, once again, you know, keeping a couple familiar faces, including honorable All-Mid-American Conference forward Amber Treader, keeping her around, keeping, you know, Nuria Herho, Lucretia Edwards, but also bringing in some really talented freshmen such as Elsa DeFries, and then also supplementing it with the transfer portal. Maya Chandler, their second leading scorer, and you can't forget in Juliana Gonzalez. The Mercer transfer has been absolutely outstanding. She is one of the stars in the Mid-American, and I imagine will be a first or second team all-conference selection in the offseason.
You would certainly think so, the way she has played this season for the RedHawks. Just prove how dramatic of an improvement this is for the RedHawks squad. It's the second best season improvement in program history. A win here today against Northern Illinois would match the 10-win improvement seen in the 2017-2018 season. So just shows how much of an improvement they have had this season. Offensively, just averaged just below 54 points a game last season, and this year averaging about 65. But they really get it done on the defensive end, Sean, only allowing just over 57 points per game. That is best in the MAC and 45th nationally. They actually have a chance, depending on how the rest of the season goes, to have the best defensive numbers in that statistic in the history of the program. The best is 56.9, seen in the 1977-1978 season. So it just shows how good they are defensively.
Absolutely, and you know, like I said, that's been Glenn Box's specialty. His entire career has been, you know, around really, really stout defense. Even last year, those games were really low scoring, but he was able to keep them in games because they played really hard, good defense. The fact that they have a top 60 defense nationally is of no surprise, and, you know, kind of speaks to the level of grit that Coach Box really values for this squad.
Same starting lineups for the RedHawks today. Maya Chandler, Gonzalez, Singer, Treader, and DeFries. For NIU, they will be out with Shelby Coker, Alicia Doyle, Laura Nickel, and Brooke Stonebreaker. Sydney McCray, the redshirt senior, will be making her 8th start on the season, taking the place of Lexi Carlson. All seniors and grad students eligible are starting for the Huskies today. This will be their last game. They did not qualify for the MAC tournament. The ball is tipped, and we are underway from Millett Hall. Northern Illinois wins the tip, and it will be Coker leading the charge for the Huskies. Coker looking to drive inside, gets met by DeFries, passes it out to the far side wing. Driving it in is Doyle. And time running off the shot clock for NIU. They turn it over.
Beautiful
Gonzalez leading the charge for Miami.
Gonzalez just has excellent hands. She's very stout at that.
They get it to Chandler at the wing, and there's a Husky down on the floor. It is Coker. Looks like she was grabbing her left knee and is slow to get up and is hobbling towards their bench. Is able to make it there, although very gingerly, to an applause from the patrons here at Millett Hall. Carlson will come in for NIU as Tamar Singer gets the ball for The RedHawks gets it to DeVries up top, and Gonzalez looking to drive in, passes it out to the corner. Three is good
There you go.
from Maya Chandler.
Maya Chandler will shoot a lot of those threes. You know, she's had some slumps recently, had a couple pretty rough shooting nights, but she just keeps pulling the trigger. And, you know, she's a good enough shooter, eventually those will land.
Three from NIU is good, and we are tied up. Three good from Sydney McCray. Tied up at three here in Millett Hall, about a minute gone in this game. Singer drives in, left-handed layup is good, and Miami takes back the lead.
There's just so many scoring options on this Miami squad that you feel like pretty much any of the starting five could go off at any point for Miami.
NIU looking to respond. Three from McCray is good, and 2 threes from NIU gets them on top. NIU leading the MAC in three-point percentage, 37.5%. That ranks 9th nationally. Gonzalez drives in, shot from the elbow, no good, and rebounded by Stonebreaker.
Yeah, NIU has 5 different girls who can shoot over 35% in their rotation. They're a very stout three-point shooting team.
Shot from the block is good from Stonebreaker. Now NIU out to an 8-5 lead. Wasn't a three there, but still an open shot for Stonebreaker down low. Now Singer gets it up top to Chandler. Her three, no good, and rebounded by NIU. They'll have a chance to extend the lead with McCray bringing it up. Gets it to the near side wing to Doyle, looking to drive inside on Chandler. Gets it back to McCray, baseline drive, passes it out, opposite wing. Three is good again from Carlson. NIU off to a red hot start from the three-point line. They're 3 for 3 today. Chandler looking to drive in, shot from the elbow is good. Miami able to respond. Is now 11-7 Huskies.
I'll tell you, this kind of pace, though, does not favor Miami. You're playing a team that is obviously very lethal shooting the three ball, and you can see Corey Lard coming in, their best defender, I would say. She certainly would add a little bit of perimeter defense that they desperately need right now.
Another three from the Huskies is no good. First miss on the day from the three-point line from Doyle, but they're able to get their own rebound, but taken away by Gonzalez, looking to go coast to coast, and it's good. An easy layup for Gonzalez. She was able to split a couple of Husky defenders, Carlson and Doyle, for an easy lay-in.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't even close. Both of them, she just blew right by them with the ball in her hand.
Able to split the gap. She could do that so well. We've seen so many times this season. NIU looking to respond, gets it to Stonebreaker down low. Left-handed layup, no good, and rebounded by Treader. Is Singer looking to push the tempo for Miami, passes it to Treader. Her three is good, and Miami takes back the lead.
I'll tell you, though, that last defensive possession, Tamar Singer absolutely played with heart. That is a Stonebreaker 6'3", Tamar Singer listed at 5'4" and able to get the miss. Really great defense from Singer there.
A 7-0 run for Miami over the past minute has given them the lead back. Far side corner, looking to drive inside. It is McCray, loses possession, but is picked up again by NIU to Laura Nickel. Now back up top to Doyle, looking to drive inside on Chandler. Pass it out, Stonebreaker is good with the mid-range jumper. And NIU takes back the lead 13-12, about 4 minutes gone, about 5:50 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, DeFries just didn't play Stonebreaker out far enough, kind of let her just take that shot easy.
Whistle on the floor. Looks like it is going to be a foul on Miami. First foul on Elsa DeFries today. First foul in today's game. With 5:41 to go in the first quarter. And as you mentioned earlier, Sean, Corey Lard will come in for the RedHawks.
Yeah, that DeFries comes out, and you know I'm not surprised by that either. They kind of felt like they had to make an adjustment. You couldn't leave. You know, you had to play a pretty perimeter-oriented defensive game given the three-point shooting that NIU's had so
for
far.
NIU, McCray, Nickel, and Stonebreaker out.
First active hands there from Gonzalez, almost got the steal.
First appearance on the day for Maria Sarah Conta, Shannon Bleachler, and Brooke Blumenfeld. NIU up top, 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Gets it down low to Blumenfeld, and she traveled. Ball will go back to Miami.
Really good interior defense there from Katie Richardson. She was able, yeah, I mean, she was basically glued to her, to to NIU. I mean, it was just that was ridiculously good defense and elicited the travel there.
Much needed stop there for the RedHawks. Doyle out for the Huskies. Coker in as Gonzalez has the ball at the far side wing, looking to drive in. Now switches to her right hand, gets it to Richardson up top. That shot is no good. Rebounded by NIU, looking to push the tempo. It is Coker up top, being guarded by Lard. Handoff pass to Carlson. Gets it taken away.
Another Gonzalez
and
steal there.
Miami with the ball. Lard pushing it up the floor. Gets it to Chandler at the wing. Looking to drive inside with her left hand. Gets it out to the corner is Singer. Driving in. Pass it out to Richardson. Out to Lard in the near side corner. Driving baseline. Reverse lay-in. No good. Gets her own rebound though. Whistle on the floor and a travel.
Lard looked very confused. I think she was looking for a foul call on that attempted lay-in there. And it looked like, I mean, it looked pretty clear to me it was all ball, from at least from our angle down here. But regardless, then she picks up the ball, and then they say she double dribbled. You know, just poor execution on that drive there.
Brings us to our first media timeout, a very hectic pace.
Yeah.
Miami down 13-12, 4:27 to go here in the first quarter. Be back after this quick break. You're listening to Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. .427 to go in the first quarter. NIU up 13-12 over the Miami RedHawks. Miami looking to clinch a spot in the 4-5 game in the MAC tournament next week. They would do so with a win today or a loss by Bowling Green today as well. NIU eliminated from the MAC tournament, just looking to spoil the hopes and seeds of Miami, much as their men's team did last night, eliminating Central Michigan from the men's tournament. NIU with the ball going right to left. It is Coker looking to drive inside. Shot from the paint is no good, but a foul called on Miami will bring her to the free throw line.
Glenn Box clearly displeased. Didn't need to foul there. I mean, if you play that straight up, I still think you elicit the miss.
Foul called on Tamar Singer. That is her first. The first shot from Coker is good. She is shooting 84% from the free throw line.
Second miss here.
Misses the second one. A rare miss from her, and Chandler looking to push the pace. Whistle on the floor and a foul called on Miami. I think it's going to be on Corey Lard.
Just unnecessary once again. You can't leave points on the board like this, especially, you know, possessions too, especially when NIU is playing so quick and so willing to just, you know, beat you with the 3 ball. You can't fall behind quickly on this team.
3 fouls on Miami so far in this game. NIU still with 0 as Nuria Herho makes her first appearance for the RedHawks. She will come in for Tamar Singer. NIU looking to go inside. They find Blumenfeld down low, and she gets the 2-point basket to go. NIU up 16-12 with about 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Chandler up top gets it to Gonzalez from the wing. Her 3, no good, and rebounded by NIU. Looking to go up the floor. Blatchler, left-hand layup.
Oh, wow.
Miami, what a play by Gonzalez.
I mean, Gonzalez had a vertical that would rival some of the NFL corners we saw at the Combine last week. Holy cow, did she get up there.
Yeah, she really did get up there for that block. That was really, really impressive for Gonzalez, and a much-needed stop. NIU will inbound underneath their own basket. They get it up top to Doyle. Goes baseline, looking to find Stonebreaker. Gets it up top to Coker. Being guarded by Lard, driving in with her left hand on the near side corner.
Beautiful help defense.
Spins around, shot is no good. Gets her own rebound though. Ball goes out of bounds and will go to the RedHawks.
Yeah, the defense there, that was an incredibly impressive defensive possession. NIU tried to drive the ball in about 4 different times, and every single time they were met with some combination of Treader, Herho, Lard. I mean, it was pretty impressive for Miami to, you know, stop so many dribble drives for the Huskies.
Gonzalez out for Miami. Tamar Singer checks back in. Chandler driving at the left hand. Shot is good, and that will cut the lead to 2 with 2:50 to go here in the first.
Yeah, beautiful. Just super easy, and no real opposition from the Huskies there.
Huskies looking to respond. Get it to Nickel, now to the far side wing. It is Coker. Looking to drive inside. Shot is no good, but she traveled before anyway. It'll be RedHawk ball.
Yeah, second turnover today for Coker. And she's somebody you're going to need to keep an eye out for, leading scorer for the Huskies. Certainly a really good player, and definitely one of the scouting reports, certainly one of the highlights for Miami.
McCrae checks in for NIU. She will come in for Carlson.
Missed shot there.
Shot no good for Miami. Treader trying to get it off a Husky leg, but not able to. NIU gets a fast break. They get it down low to Stonebreaker. Looking to pass it outside. Is able to. Finds Coker up top. Pump fakes. Now takes the shot. It's good. And NIU out to a 5-point lead.
I mean, and Coker had a Miami defender right in her face on that shot. That was a pretty heavily contested 3-pointer, and she just stood there and just drained it.
Chandler looking to drive inside, steps back, shot is good, just
very
beyond
long
the
too.
Free throw line. NIU out to a 19-16 lead, 1:35 to go in the first quarter. Coker bringing it up, goes behind the back, passes it back outside, shot is good again. It was McCrae, another 3-pointer for the Huskies.
Something in the scouting report has really told the Huskies that if they really increase their pace, and they're already an above-average team in pace, 110th in the country, is that they could play against Miami's defensive strength, because that's a great Corey Lard layup there.
Yeah, it was. A few nifty moves there. An easy layup for Corey Lard. And that will cut the lead to 22-18. Just over 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Coker with the ball. Looking to shoot another 3. It's from the far side corner. It's no good. And rebounded by Herho. Looking to push the pace. Singer gets it to Chandler up top. Looking to drive inside, goes behind the back. Looking to go inside to Treader, a whistle, and it will be the first foul on NIU today.
It was getting really physical down there. Stonebreaker fell for a second. I think Treader just kind of gave her a bit of a nudge, and then she then followed it up with a foul on Treader.
Gonzalez comes into the game. She'll come in for Lard. The inbound to Treader goes just beyond her and out of bounds, and it will be Husky basketball.
once again, just another unforced error. I mean, there was nobody's fault but the inbounder there. But Tamar Singer, just poor pass to Treader.
Just another missed opportunity there for Miami. The 4th turnover today for the RedHawks, as Coker will bring it up the floor. We'll see if they try to push it for a potential 2-and-1 opportunity. It doesn't look like they're going to. 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. Shot clock down to 15. Coker driving inside. Passes to Stonebreaker. Layup no good, but a foul from Singer will put her at the free throw line.
That's the 3rd time today already we've seen Singer have to switch up on Stonebreaker. Obviously, she's holding her own because Singer is just a great defender in general, but that really puts her at a disadvantage size-wise. Like I said, only 5'4". Stonebreaker 6'3", an 11-inch disadvantage there. That's a really tough spot. Anybody with an 11-inch disadvantage in that regard.
First free throw from Stonebreaker is good, a 69% free throw shooter on the season. Second is good as well, able to find the rim and roll on in. That'll extend the NIU lead to 24-18.
Chandler's coming out. Edwards is coming in.
Yeah, Lucretia Edwards making her first appearance in today's game, a 3-point specialist for the RedHawks.
Edwards was in their overtime loss against Central Michigan, and that she was kind of the one who was taking those last few shots because of her status as one of the better 3-point shooters on the team.
15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Miami holding on for one shot. It is Singer. Gets it to Herho up top, into Gonzalez at the far side corner. Back to Edwards, looking to drive inside. Loses the ball. NIU has a chance. Half-court shot is well short. There's going to be 0.6 left on the clock after the half quarter from Doyle fell short. Just about enough time for Miami to have one last heave. Inbound to Singer. She decides not to shoot it, and that is how the first quarter is going to end after a really, really quick start for NIU.
Definitely.
5 for 7 from the 3-point line there, off to a 24-18 lead as the first quarter ends. Take a quick break and be right back with the second quarter. RedHawks down 6 in the regular season finale here from Millett Hall. You're listening to Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Second quarter here in Millett Hall, the season finale for the Miami RedHawks and Northern Illinois Huskies. Bryan Miller joined by Sean Wiesemann, and Sean, a really, really quick start in this game, really high tempo. Definitely favors NIU so far, as seen in the scoreboard.
I mean, absolutely, because, I mean, this team is just willing to just live and die by the three.
So the second quarter started having issues with the shot clock. It never ran. 9:56 to go in the second quarter, and we are off to our second start in the second. Singer looking to drive in. Gets it up top to Treader, fakes the handoff, and gets it back to Singer at the far side wing. Gets it to Edwards and to Lard. Looking inside for Treader.
Boy, Lard has the shiniest pair of sneakers I've ever seen.
She does. Shot from Treader is short, but rebounded by Lard. It looked like it hit the rim, but they're going to say it's okay. They did reset the clock.
Yeah, it took them a second.
And a whistle on the floor. I think that's what they're about to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like the shot from Treader just grazed the front of the rim, but the shot clock never reset.
Yeah, it definitely did, and so I think they're going to, I don't know if they're going to go actually review this at the monitor, if they're just going to manually just tell the shot clock operator to fix this. But yes, it grazed the rim, and then the shot clock kept going for about 2 more seconds. So it said there was only 2 seconds left on the shot clock, when in reality there should have been about 18 on the shot clock. So I'm guessing they'll make it, they should have the shot clock at about 14, 15 seconds here.
It currently says 17, game clock at 9:28. I'll call it timeout. This might take a minute or two to figure out. Gives us a chance to reset the scene here. NIU out to a 24-18 lead over the Miami RedHawks. The last regular season game for each of these squads. Last regular season day in the MAC in general. Miami currently the 5 seed. They would be projected to play Kent State as of today. They would clinch a spot in the 4-5 game with a win today or a loss by Bowling Green to 2-26 Eastern Michigan. Definitely can't rely on that if you're Miami. So
no, certainly
gotta
not.
take care of business here if you are the RedHawks. If that does not happen, then they will be the 6th seed, where they would likely play Buffalo, which would be a very tough matchup compared to
Definitely.
Kent State.
Kent State's a team they've beaten. Buffalo's a team they have not beaten. I certainly would say that there's a lot of value in making sure you get that 4-5 game and against a team that, you know, that you've already played and beaten, rather than a team that beat you by 14.
Would certainly agree with that. That tournament will start Wednesday of next week. All 4 of the women's quarterfinals will be on Wednesday, and all 4 of the men's quarterfinals will be the next day. On Thursday, the men's team will be the 2 seed. They will be playing Eastern Michigan, a team they split with in the regular season. The home team winning each of those games. Should be a very busy and competitive week next week in Cleveland. A lot on the line for the Miami RedHawks for both the men's and women's teams.
And a great win yesterday from the RedHawks. For the men's side, they got out to about a 27-point lead at one point and able to hold on. Dan Lewers, the grad student transfer from Eastern Illinois, able to make his mark, had 18 points, including 14 in the first half. He had a great game. It was good to see him get involved, given he hasn't played the last couple weeks, but awesome to see the grad senior get the start for the RedHawks.
Yeah, Lewers the only senior recognized in last night's game. Very young team.
Yeah, 8 sophomores on that men's side, only 3 juniors and 3 freshmen as well. I mean, that is, like you said, very, very young team, which is kind of incredible because you think about how good this team is already, and you imagine another year of them all getting stronger, older, more experienced. I mean, that certainly bodes well for the future of Miami men's basketball.
It certainly looks that way. They have put 14 seconds on the shot clock, so that should be updated. 9:28 to go in the second quarter. NIU up 24-18. Miami will inbound right in front of the NIU bench. It will be Gonzalez inbounding to Tamar Singer, and we are back in action. Singer gets it up top to Gonzalez, back to Singer, looking to drive baseline, wrap around past the Lard, just too wide, and will go out of bounds, and it'll be NIU basketball.
Just more sloppiness, less than a minute out of the gate. I mean, that is not how you want to start your second quarter here.
NIU looking to expand on their lead. It is Lexi Carlson leading it for the Huskies, looking to drive inside on Gonzalez, passes it back out to Doyle, trying to go inside, but Treader guarding her very hard. Doyle dribbles in, mid-range shot is no good, but rebounded by NIU, but Miami able to get it back, and they will lead the fast break. It is Singer, slows it down, finds Treader, her three is
Beautiful.
good. A much-needed three for the RedHawks, cuts the lead to 3.
There's nothing but net on that shot. Beautiful shot from Amber Treader there.
Second 3 on the day for Treader. She is 2 for 2 today. Coker looking to drive inside for NIU. Finds Doyle up top. Her 3 is no good and rebounded by Treader. Gonzalez looking to lead the charge, looking to go inside. A whistle on the floor and foul from NIU.
NIU, very aggressive hands on that. No real need to do that to Gonzalez either. Gonzalez looked like she was going to get stonewalled by about 3 defenders around her. Instead, just a little bit of a reach-in foul there by Laura Nickel.
That is her first. Doyle and Blumenfeld out for NIU. McCray and Stonebreaker in, as Miami looking to potentially tie up the game here. Singer looking to go inside, pass it out to Treader again. Can she do it again?
Yes,
she can! And we are tied up. Amber Treader really heating up, 3 for 3 from three-point land today. NIU looking to drive in. Treader takes it away, gets it to Gonzalez, and Miami looking to take back the lead. Gonzalez trying to go inside, loses control though, and will go right into the hands of Coker. Behind the back pass to McCray, her 3 no good, but rebounded by NIU off the leg of Carlson. It will be Red Hawk basketball.
Bit of a lucky break there. I mean, that was just a mishandle there from Gonzalez, and could have been a couple really clean shots there for NIU, but obviously one a miss and then another turnover. So, like I said, bit of a break, but happy it broke the RedHawks way there.
Maya Chandler back in for Miami. She will come in for Lucretia Edwards. It gets Treader, and a whistle on the floor will be on NIU. Foul is on Stonebreaker. That is her second foul. She will come out, and in will come Blumenfeld. Miami inbounding underneath their own basket, a chance to take back the lead. Currently tied at 24 here in the second quarter. Singer gets it up to Gonzalez up top. Looking to go inside, right-handed layup is
Boy,
good.
She is hard to stay in front of. Goodness gracious.
And Miami takes back the lead off of that lay-in from Gonzalez, 26-24 RedHawks. Coker gets it to the elbow. Shot is no good from Nickel, but a foul on the play.
In a game where Gonzalez is your third leading scorer, usually that doesn't bode well for a Miami team where Gonzalez is almost always your #1 player, but Maya Chandler stepping up in a big way, and obviously Amber Treader 3 for 3 from three-point land. I mean, that just kind of speaks to the depth as far as scoring that this RedHawks team has, and that's how they're able to keep pace with the absolute torrid stretch that the Huskies had at the beginning here from three-point land.
It is Nickel on the line for the Huskies, a 47% free throw shooter. First one is good though, 26-25. Second free throw is good as well, and we are once again tied up. Herho will check in for Tamar Singer. And Corey Lard will run point for the RedHawks on this possession. 7:10 to go in the second quarter. Tied up at 26.
A little bit of a small ball lineup here. Treader, the only person over 5'9" for this RedHawks squad out there right now.
Chandler looking to drive inside, finds Treader again. 3 is no good. Tipped around and off the hands of Gonzalez. It will be NIU basketball.
Really good effort there from Gonzalez. Almost had it, but didn't want to run into any players on the bench, so kind of had to skirt out of the way there.
Yeah, it would have been a big-time rebound off of the miss for Treader. Her
Absolutely.
first miss from 3 today. Coker running it for NIU, tries to get it to Blumenfeld, hits the deck. Lard gets it, but on the pass is eventually able to get it. That's another scram on the floor and a jump
ball
on the play. Possession arrow with the Huskies.
Holy
so
cow.
It'll be NIU basketball.
I think, what was that, 6, 7 different players touched that basketball at some point. It was an absolute scrum. It looked like a rugby scrum, if you ask me.
It seems like it. The ball is able to squirt out a couple times. No one really able to gain possession.
It's like they put bacon grease on that basketball. Just nobody could hold on to it.
Carlson inbounds it to Coker. Coker gets it to Nickel, looking to drive inside. Back to Coker. Her three is no good and rebounded by Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking to lead the fast break. Looking to go inside, passes it out to Treader. Cross-court pass to Lard to Herho. Looking to drive baseline. Floater is good. And Miami now up 28-26.
Beautiful passing, completely swinging it from the right side of the court all the way to the left, and then a nice dribble drive there from Herho to get the easy two.
Miami on a 10-2 run over the past just over 4 minutes. NIU looking to respond. They're going inside to Blumenfeld. Dribbling baseline, reverse lay-in, just good. That got just the right part of the rim to go in, and we are tied up at 28.
Both of Blumenfeld's baskets have been beautiful footwork inside. Certainly not easy to defend that beautiful footwork.
Treader, the ball, hands it off to Chandler, looking to drive inside. Mid-range J is good. Nice step back there for Maya Chandler, and Miami up 30-28.
This Miami team does shoot a lot of threes, but they also shoot the mid-range jumper a lot more than most teams. Gonzalez and Chandler, that is both their specialties for sure.
Whistle on the floor is going to be a foul against Chandler. That is her first foul on today's game, the second team foul for Miami. Each squad with 2 fouls in the second quarter. Coker and Nickel out for NIU. Blatchler and Doyle in. NIU inbounding to Blumenfeld, being guarded by Treader. Turnaround shot is good once again. And we are tied up at 30. Lard up the floor, gets it to Chandler. And to Lard, to Gonzalez, driving baseline. Cross-court pass to Herho, to Chandler. Her three is good.
Beautiful.
Chandler really heating up for Miami. She's up to 14 points in today's game.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that the defensive game plan for the Huskies revolves around stopping Angelina Gonzalez. I mean, they literally triple teamed her as she tried to sprint inside.
Shot from Doyle, no good. Rebounded by Gonzalez, looking to push it up the floor quickly. Stops on the dime. Shot from the free throw line is good, and Miami out to a 5-point lead.
Now, this is the Miami squad I think we expected more so. A lot of a variety of scorers, able to shoot the ball, and really solid defense for the RedHawks.
Carlson gets it to the wing and back to Doyle right in front of the Miami bench, being guarded by Chandler. 4:15 to go. 12 seconds on the shot clock as Carlson gets it out to the near side wing, trying to go downfield to Blumenfeld. Tips back out to Blatchler. The three from McCray, no good. But able to get her own rebound, gets it to Doyle, looking to go inside to Blumenfeld again, being guarded by Treader. And back out to McCray, looking to drive inside. Left-handed layup is good.
Wow.
What a take from McCray.
Yeah, she absolutely hit the crash on the floor on that one.
Gonzalez looking to pass it out. It's taken away by Doyle. Doyle looking to slow it down. Trailing three. McCray is good, and we are tied up again.
And that's what this NIU team is clearly capable of. Quick turnover, a basket, another turnover, basket. I mean, that's just kind of what they do is they push the pace on you, especially on those fast break possessions. They can pull up the three anytime, anywhere.
14 points for Sydney McCray today, 4 for 6 on 3-point attempts. Miami looking to slow this down, gets it to Treader inside, blocked by Blumenfeld. And NIU will look to push the pace again, but that pass tipped away by Chandler. She's got nothing but open space in front of her. But she missed the layup. Gonzalez right there to clean it up, though, and Miami takes back the lead.
And that's why you always have a trailer on those kind of fast breaks, because you never know. Sometimes it becomes too easy.
Another three from NIU is no good. That from Carlson. Lard able to come up with the rebound. Doyle slow to get up for NIU.
Yeah, Doyle
Chandler with the three. It's good.
She is on an absolute heater today. 7 of 10, 3 of 4 from three-point range. She is absolutely killing it.
17 points for Chandler, and she is letting the crowd know about it after that last three. Carlson looking to drive in. Ball squirts out off a Red Hawk defender and will go out of bounds. 2:19 to go here in the second.
Well, NIU had, that brief little 5-0 stretch there, and Miami said, I'll match your 5-0 stretch with another quick 5-0 stretch. Beautiful job for the RedHawks getting up and down the court quickly and getting set.
Few subs in for the Huskies. Coker, Nickel, and Stonebreaker in for McRae, Carlson, and Blumenfeld. And for the RedHawks, Treader and Lard out, Singer and DeFries in. And Herho looks like she had a bloody nose or something.
Yeah.
And it looks like it is back to bleeding. It's a quick delay on the floor.
Well,
looks
I'll
like
tell you,
she'll have to go out, and Lard will have to come back in.
Well, I'll tell you, DeFries comes in to match Stonebreaker, and I think that's kind of the only, as far as length goes, the only person who can really defend Stonebreaker. Both 6'3", and both pretty athletic. So you certainly, but a freshman versus a grad student, certainly the advantage seems like it'd be Stonebreaker there.
Ball poked away from Blatchler by Gonzalez, and a foul on Blatchler as the ball was loose. We'll give the ball back to Miami.
Yet Blatchler just kind of shoved Gonzalez over in an attempt to get the ball. Gonzalez called for the foul and immediately received it.
Singer leading point for the RedHawks. 2:05 to go here in the second quarter. RedHawks up 40-35 over NIU. Gonzalez trying to get down low to DeFries. Couple dribbles and able to get to go, but she traveled right before that. Ball will go back to NIU.
And, these are some very, very freshman-esque mistakes that DeFries has made today. A couple turnovers, obviously, a pretty bad foul. And, obviously she's very capable, very, very talented young woman from the Netherlands, but no, just making some pretty easy mistakes.
Blatcher with the ball right in front of us. That is going to be a 5-second violation on NIU. Another turnover. Miami will get the basketball back.
And that was DeFries actually forcing the 5-second violation there, because DeFries almost basically had Stonebreaker pinned against, pinned inside there.
Gonzalez looking to drive inside. Right-handed layup is good. And Miami starting to separate themselves now out to a 7-point lead. About a minute and a half to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Gonzalez up to 10 points now, 5 for 7 shooting.
NIU looking to respond. They're trying to go to Stonebreaker inside. She has the ball being guarded by DeFries now. Cross-court pass to Doyle. Pump fakes. Now driving in with the left hand. Jump stop. Lay in. No good, but a foul.
Hard take there.
Doyle will go to the line.
Yeah, Lard got a little aggressive there on the help defense. Kind of slid past. Doyle kind of slid past her defender, and Lard on the help just, too strong, too much. Gives Doyle
Glenn Box really upset about that call, pleading with the officials. First free throw from Doyle is no good, though, and the lead will remain at 7.
This is, that's kind of the trade-off for playing such good defense, is they do take a lot of fouls. They're tops in the Mid-American in fouls taken per game. So certainly not surprising that that's the case, but, that just kind of comes with the territory of playing hard, aggressive defense, especially in the manner that Corey Lard plays it.
Second free throw from Doyle, good. And an offensive foul.
Yeah, I'm not sure on who. Nobody seems to.
On Miami.
Gonzalez. They're saying it was on Gonzalez, but Gonzalez doesn't really seem to understand what the.
I'll give NIU the ball again as Blumenfeld.
They're going to say it was a moving pick, I think, is what they're saying on that one. Just looking at the replay there.
Right after the handoff from Gonzalez.
Yeah, she took just a step, but definitely a moving pick, and I think that's kind of what elicited the call there.
Carlson and Blumenfeld in for Nickel and Stonebreaker. Herho in for Singer for the RedHawks. 43 seconds to go in the half.
Oh,
ball
active
is
hands from
taken
Lard.
Away from Carlson by Lard, looking to lead the charge. Jump stop at the MAC logo. Shot no good. Ball squirts out. Taken away by Chandler. Shot again. That rims out, and Rebounded by NIU and a foul on DeFries.
DeFries tried to use her length and kind of went over the back of a couple of Huskies. Fortunately draws the foul there.
That's the second foul on DeFries. Gonzalez and Singer also have 2 fouls for the RedHawks.
Treader's going to come back in for DeFries. You certainly were going to want her in crunch time. Match up against Stonebreaker.
As you mentioned, Singer and Treader both in for Herho and DeFries. First free throw from McCray is good, and the lead will cut to 5. As you mentioned, Sean, foul trouble could be a bit of an issue for Miami. We saw that last game as Treader fouled out with a couple minutes to go.
Yeah.
Certainly
And that
played
was a
a
massive
huge
shift.
role
Yeah.
against a Central Michigan team that is excellent in rebounding. Really made a difference towards the end of that game. McCray checks out. Laura Nickel in for the Huskies. As we got 22 seconds to go. Shot clock and game clock, the same amount of time. Might as well be off. Miami up by 4. Can play for 1 shot, but a whistle on the floor. It'll be a timeout for Glenn Box. That will be his use it or lose it timeout.
Yeah,
with 15.3 to go.
He did not like whatever offensive set they were running there. Nobody was really seeming to get open, and it was taking too much time to get open to set that offensive, to get that offensive set ready. So I think he, I don't blame him. Just call a timeout, get reset, get your best play in, and use the final 16 seconds to get a score.
15.3 to go. It's currently 16 seconds read on the shot clock. Don't really see that often.
Yeah, you
don't
don't.
Wonder why it's even up there.
Yeah, less than a second difference there.
Oh, this much time left, Sean. Who would you try to go to in this instance? Maya Chandler's had a really good game for Miami. Would you try to get her a shot?
Yeah, I think it kind of has to be Chandler. I mean, 17 points, and I think that they'll be keying in on Juliana Gonzalez. But, the person with seemingly the most volume the last few games from three-point range has been Chandler. And, she's been so hot shooting the ball, it kind of feels like it has to go to her.
Chandler with 17 points today. Very efficient as well. 7 for 11 from the field, 3 for 4 on three-point attempts. Leads all scorers today. Sydney McCray leading for NIU. She's got 16, 10 more than any other Husky so far today.
I was just about to say that. Nobody has more than 6 for NIU, and they're still very much in this game other than McCray.
Lard inbounds it to Treader at the far side corner. Now back up to Singer up top. 10 seconds to go in the half. Got to go quickly. Singer trying to go to her right-hand side. Eases up, looking to drive in. Nothing really going here. Step back shot for Singer. Grazes the rim. Rebound from Treader is good, but she got it off too late. That will not count. And at the half, Miami will maintain a 42-38 lead over Northern Illinois. Sean, this is a very offensively led first half for each of these squads. Very, very quick pace as well. What does Miami need to do to improve on, or what do they need to continue to do to get a key win here today?
Well, I think the biggest key is to limit the amount of fast break opportunities NIU gets here, because it's seemingly the best offensive production has come off of those fast break threes or layups that NIU's been able to generate. When Miami gets into their set defense, NIU has been incredibly inefficient, but when Miami's able to generate, when NIU's able to generate those fast break opportunities, that's been their bread and butter today.
Yeah, you certainly have seen that throughout the first half here today. Miami up 42-38 at halftime in the regular season finale for each of these squads. Take a quick break, and then on the other side, we'll be back with the second half. Stay tuned. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Second half coming up very, very shortly here in the last game in Millett Hall this year, the regular season finale for Miami women's basketball. They are up 42-38 over the Northern Illinois Huskies. Bryan Miller here, joined by Sean Wiesemann. And Sean, that first half was really,
Yeah.
there's a lot more points than we expected. What do you think? Do you expect more of the same in the second half?
No, because I think NIU their shooting started to fall off a little bit, especially in that second quarter, and that's when Miami really started to pull away a little bit. So I anticipate it to be a little bit more lower scoring of an affair, especially also with Glenn Box and his defensive adjustments.
Mid-range shot from Angelina Gonzalez connects, and Miami out to a 44-38 lead.
Nifty
although
footwork.
NIU able to respond. A very nice move from Laura Nickel to cut the lead to 4. Gonzalez hands it off to Chandler. Hits it to Treader. Her three is good.
Beautiful.
She was red hot from 3 in the first half, and she picks up right where she left off. She is now 4 for 5 today on 3-point attempts. Doyle with the ball, trying to drive in with her left hand. Lay-in is no good, but rebounded by NIU, but tied up by Miami. Possession arrow is with the Huskies, so it will stay with them, though.
Yeah, aggressive defense there from the RedHawks. Able to get the tie up, but it was a little too easy of a drive for, I'm sure, Glenn Box's liking. A little soft, and that was why they were even able to get the dribble drive in the first place.
Get to Stonebreaker, passes it out to Doyle, and back to Stonebreaker inside, but tipped away by Gonzalez, but off the hand of Amber Treader. Ball will stay with NIU.
12 seconds left on the shot clock here on an inbounds. I imagine that you're probably going to need to start your set as soon as you get out of this.
Pass goes to Stonebreaker at the elbow, being guarded by Treader. Backs up, shot is good from Stonebreaker, and NIU cuts the lead to 5.
Yeah, that's just a tough shot to defend. A 6'3" against 6'1", but when she has the height advantage and is able to step away and make a tough shot like that, that's really difficult to defend.
Chandler passes it out to Treader, pass out to Gonzalez, looking to drive baseline, stops, tries to go up and under, cross-court pass is no good. Shot was from Tamar Singer and rebounded by Stonebreaker. It's interesting that NIU is deciding to really try to bring it inside to start off the second half. That is a
give her their three-point shooting.
Yeah, it's a stat where Miami has really dominated so far as NIU traveled there.
Yeah, just
Ball go back
slid the
to
pivot foot
Miami.
a little bit.
Miami 20 points in the paint tonight, NIU just 12. But as you mentioned, Sean, NIU has really dominated from the three-point line today, and they have also been able to get to the free throw line. They're 8 for 10 there.
Yep.
3 from Chandler is good. And Miami now up 50-42. Maya Chandler up to 20 points already.
Well, who needs free throws, Brian, when you've got, Maya Chandler who can't miss a 3 seemingly?
3 from Coker, no good. Rebounded by Treader, and is Chandler pushing it up the floor. Gets it to Singer, back up to Treader. And to Gonzalez, looking to drive in with her right hand, and gets fouled.
A really tough drive, a really aggressive drive there from Gonzalez. Kind of just gets stonewalled and runs into the Husky defender. Able to elicit the foul on Coker.
Lexi Carlson will come into the game. She will be replacing Shelby Coker for the Huskies.
I've been impressed with their ability to stop Coker today, though, so far, Brian. Coker's 1 for 5 with 4 points. That's their leading scorer, too. Obviously, McRae's been outstanding, but, like he's only second highest leading scorer is only 8 points for NIU.
Yeah, Coker averaging 14.5 points so far this season, 8th in the MAC. Up and under for Corey Lard inside is no good. Ball tipped around and will go back to the Huskies. It was a nice move there from Corey Lard, just not able to get it down.
Yeah, we've seen some really nice footwork from both teams today. Really impressive stuff.
And Doyle will lead the pack of Huskies in their offensive set. Looking to go to McRae with 16 points so far on the day, being guarded tightly by Lard. 3 from Stonebreaker is no good, and rebounded by Miami. Pass back out. Chandler for three again. No
Oh,
good.
man.
That would have brought the house down.
I was going to say, I think that would have, the lid would have just fallen off this place.
Foul on the play. It was against Carlson. And the foul will go against Corey Lard. That is her third. So an interesting development for Miami's best on-ball defender.
Definitely.
3 fouls early on in the second half. Nuria Herho will sub in for her.
I imagine that means we'll see a lot more, and not that we haven't already, but you'll see a lot more in Juliana Gonzalez, especially you guarding primary defender.
Back out to Stonebreaker. Looked to get it to Carlson, but the pass was not there. He gets it to Carlson eventually, and back out to Stonebreaker. And Carlson
playing hot potato a little bit.
Yeah, it was. 3 from McCray, no good, but a whistle on the floor before that. Another foul on Miami.
Well, that was a little bit of a lucky break on the timing. That foul came just before the inevitable shooting foul that would have been called on Juliana Gonzalez. It would have given him 3 shots. Instead, it's just an inbounds with 20 seconds. I mean, that was a really, really lucky break there on the timing of that call.
Yeah, that was a fortunate break for Miami for sure. NIU's done a good job being able to get to the free throw line today. They're 8 for 10. Miami has still not made it there as that ball pokes out and is taken away by Tamar Singer. They got a fast break opportunity. Gets it to Herho, misses the layup, rebounded by Chandler. Her shot is good, and Miami up by 10.
That almost looked like a pass off the backboard by Herho. Didn't even really touch the rim, just kind of rebounded it right back to Chandler, who able to hit the step-away jumper there.
Laura Nickel going baseline and is able to hit the reverse layup. Brings it to a 52-44 lead for Miami. NIU doing just enough to stay in this game.
Yeah.
Miami not able to quite break away left yet. A step back 3 from Singer, no good, and rebounded by Stonebreaker.
Well, that's a good shot from Singer. I mean, that is a, step up 3, really uncontested. And, she's a good shooter. You certainly don't hate that she's taking that shot.
3 from Carlson, no good, rebounded by Gonzalez.
Those threes that were falling in the first half just aren't falling as quickly in this second half here.
Yeah, they really haven't. It's a carry called on Nuria Herho. Ball will go back to NIU, and a little bit of a missed opportunity there for Miami to really extend their lead.
Yeah, largest lead of the day has been 10-point lead when it was 52-42 at the 6-minute mark. So, I mean, they're pretty much sitting right at the best position of the day so far for the RedHawks.
And you mentioned the cold shooting for the Huskies. They've just made 1 out of their last 10 3-point attempts after a really, really quick start.
Yeah.
Coker looking to go inside, uses the screen from McCray, gets the Stonebreaker up top, being guarded by
regression to the mean.
Redder. And a shot from Coker is no good, and rebounded by Stonebreaker. Her shot no good, and Miami eventually able to come away with it after Treader falls down, but Singer right there to pick it up. Herho hands it off to Gonzalez. Her 3 is in and out. And Carlson leading the charge for the Huskies.
President Crawford would have jumped out of his seat, I think, if he had seen that 3 go down.
3 from McCray, no good. Rebounded by Singer to Gonzalez, looking to push the tempo. Her shot from the elbow, no good, and rebounded by Stonebreaker. And both of these teams, Sean, have gone ice cold these past few minutes.
Coach Lisa Carlson encouraging the Huskies, slow down. Oh.
Ball taken away, though, by Herho. She's got Shredder out front. Right-hand layup is good, and Miami up by 10. Timeout, NIU.
Coach Lisa Carlson, as I was saying, she tells them to slow down. Somebody trips. Sydney McCray, trips over, turns the ball over to Nuria Herho. You encourage them to slow down, and they try to speed it up, and that Miami defense just punishing you. Of course, as of course they will. One of the best turnover forcing teams in the conference. It's not surprising, but tied for the largest lead today because of that.
NIU needs something to get going as we enter our first media timeout with 4:04 to go in the third quarter. Miami up 10. Listening to Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 4:04 to go here in the third. This is Miami basketball on RedHawk Radio. Bryan Miller joined by Sean Wiesemann. RedHawks up by 10, looking to really extend this game and put the Huskies out of it. And with a win today, Miami would clinch a spot in the 4-5 game in the MAC tournament, likely against Kent State, although there's a chance it could be against Buffalo, depending on other results later on today. Huskies have really gone cold shooting-wise. They've just made 1 out of their last 7 field goal attempts and 1 out of their last 11 three-point attempts. Looking to change the tide here for the Huskies. Ball gets into the hands of Coker, being guarded by Herho,
Oh, I don't know
and a
about that
whistle
one.
on the floor.
Herho yelling, "That was all ball!"
Immediate disagreement from Herho and Coach Glenn Box.
Yeah, I actually would tend to agree with Herho on that. It did not look to be a foul. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you there, Sean.
looks like it's going to be a media timeout
Yep,
here.
got another media timeout, 3:52 to go here in the third. We'll keep it here on RedHawk Radio. Sean, RedHawks up by 10, have really limited the amount of points for the NIU Huskies. They have only scored 6 points so far in the early stages of the second half. Really limited their star player as well, Shelby Coker. What has impressed you the most about this Miami defensive performance to start off the second half?
They have multiple. NIU its offense isn't the problem for NIU. It's always been the defense, but like we said on the broadcast, NIU is 1 for 7 of their last 7 field goals and 1 of their 11 of their last 11 3-pointers. That is such an impressive turnaround, given it felt like, in that first, 8 minutes, NIU basically could not miss a shot if they tried.
Yeah.
And so the ability to not, be on the ropes a little bit against a team you were probably favored to beat, fairly handedly, and to not let that early kind of surge from NIU, able to just kind of ride that wave, it's been very impressive for them, and they've really started to lock that down here in the third quarter.
Yeah, you mentioned Coker only has 4 points tonight, averaging 14.5 so far this season, as well as Sydney McCray had a really tremendous first half for the Huskies, 16 points, but no points so far in the first 6 minutes or so in the third quarter and the second half. For Miami today, leading scorer is Maya Chandler, 22 points in today's game, 9 for 14 from the field, 4 for 6 on 3-point attempts. And Amber Treader having a really good game as well. She is on double-double watch. 14 points today for Treader and 7 rebounds as well, continuing her tremendous season for Treader. And Angelina Gonzalez with 12 points as well. 3 RedHawks in double figures for the Huskies. It is only McCray, Stonebreaker, not too far behind her. She's got 8 points today and 6 rebounds.
I mean, it feels like Sydney McCray's been at that 16 points for seemingly the entirety of this second half, too. I mean, so they've been able to limit her, usage and her effectiveness as well, kind of forcing them to kind of spread the ball around, and it's kind of limited the offense's efficiency here.
Yeah, no points in the second half for Sydney McCray. Miami defense done a really good job shutting her down. Both these offenses a little stagnant, as we mentioned. We mentioned the struggles for NIU, but Miami struggling as well. Have just made 1 out of their last 4 attempts from the field and 1 out of their last 5 3-point attempts. As the players are back out on the floor, it will be NIU inbounding the ball on their side of the floor. They are going left to right in the second half, and it is Nickel leading the charge. Gets it to Coker on the far side, the near side wing. Now goes to the top of the key, gets it to Doyle, looking to go inside, but she traveled, and the ball go back to Miami.
Well, something to keep an eye on, as we had just had, just because Corey Lard's back in playing with 3 fouls, Glenn Box really must value the defense and is willing to live with, the fact that, you could have her out for an extended period of time, kind of looking for the kill shot here.
Nice cut by Angelina Gonzalez, able to bring
hard.
it home, but she is still down on the floor after taking a tough fall, as you mentioned, Sean.
Yeah, it looks like it's
still
just kind of laying
laying
on her
down
back. Yeah.
on her back. Able to sit up now as the
She-
training staff is attending to her.
She drives like she's trying to getting in a car crash almost every time, just with that level of aggression. So obviously, it's terrible to see, and that's why she's so good. It's because she's so freaking aggressive. But unfortunately, that is part of the, kind of the trade-off a little bit of being aggressive. Is unfortunately that does happen sometimes. She's a tremendous player though, and it's great that she's walking up on her own power.
Yeah, she's able to get up. She is grabbing her lower back towards her hip area. Glenn Box also out to talk to her. We'll check in on her status for the rest of the game as the RedHawks are up 56-44, 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Tamar Singer comes in, guarding Coker, taking the place of Gonzalez. Gets it to Doyle up top, being guarded by Chandler. And it goes back to Doyle in the far side corner. Her three is good. A much-needed three for the Huskies. Cuts the lead to 9. Singer hands it off to Chandler. Treader now back to Singer. Looks like another three. Here it is. It's no good. And rebounded by Nickel. Gets it to Coker. And gets it up top to McCray. Turns around, gets it to Doyle. Pump fake, step back, three in front of the bench. No good. But able to get her own rebound. Shot from the mid-range is good. And now, all of the sudden, Alicia Doyle with a couple big baskets to get NIU back into this game.
Well, they're missing their facilitator right now, Angelina Gonzalez. Obviously, I mean she's the engine and makes this offense hum. Certainly missing her and her ball distribution.
Chandler gets it to Herho in the near side corner, driving baseline, wraparound pass deflected by NIU, and will go out of bounds. And you see Maya Chandler right in front of us having a conversation with our nearest official about the way she was being guarded by NIU.
I think there's some validity to that for sure. I mean, they're playing pretty aggressive and pretty on top of her because they know that she's their leading offensive option right now.
Ball goes to Lard. Lay-in is
beautiful
good.
Take.
Nice take from Corey Lard. Extends the Miami lead to 9.
Yeah, once again, really nifty footwork there from Lard to get around her defender and able to easily create a really nice shot.
Coker gets it to Nickel. Passes it back out to Coker again. Driving left side, left-hand layup. No good, but was fouled and will go back to the free throw line. Foul is on Treader. That is her first. So it'll be the first free throws of the second half for the Huskies.
Well, I mean, you got to keep an eye on the fact that obviously, thankfully, that's just Treader's first foul, but you've already got 2 players with 3 fouls for the RedHawks, both of them guards, and both of them some of your best defenders too in the perimeter, and especially a team that we've shown has shown is capable of hitting the 3, and is one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the Mid-American, the best 3-point shooting team in the Mid-American. That's something we're going to want to keep an eye on down the stretch here, Brian.
Coker able to make both of her free throws. Katie Richardson in for Herho. As you mentioned last game, Amber Treader fouled out with a few minutes to go in regulation against Central Michigan.
Yeah.
Made a huge difference.
It really kneecapped them in their rebounding.
Yep. Richardson down low, tries to go up and under, left-hand layup. No good, but was fouled, and Miami will have their first free throw attempts on the day up real soon. Foul was on.
That's incredible, Brian, that we're a minute 39 left in the third, and we're finally getting our first free throws for today, given that, NIU's taken quite a few already, 12 to be exact. Bit of a discrepancy there. I'm sure Glenn Box will highlight that, win or lose.
Yeah, shot from Richardson is good. It's not like Miami has been avoiding the paint either, avoiding contact. They've doubled up the Huskies in points in the paint today, 28-14.
Which I'm sure would give Glenn Box even more reason to say something after the game.
Second free throw from Richardson is good. Miami up 60-51. Carlson driving in for NIU, hands it off to Coker. Pump fakes, looking to go inside. Stops at the MAC logo, gets it to Carlson. Shot from McCray in front of the bench, no good. But rebounded by the Huskies. And gets it down low to Blumenfeld. And shot is good. NIU now down by 7. Singer pushing it up for Miami, hands it off to Chandler, looking to go inside, stops at the free throw line. Her shot is good. Chandler up to 24 points.
defensively, this is probably one of your better sets of groups. This is probably one of your better groups you could have out on the floor right now. So it's surprising to see them struggle defensively right now.
Drive in from Coker
right on cue,
is
too.
good. And Huskies down by 7, 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Shot clock down to 22 seconds, about a 13-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Singer going down low to Richardson, being guarded by Blumenfeld. Looking to go in, pass it out to Singer. Her three is
Beautiful.
good. A good offensive possession for Miami, extends the lead to 10. 15 seconds to go in the third quarter as Coker leading it up. Gotta go quickly, down to 10 seconds, now 8. Shot from Coker, 3, no good. And rebounded by Richardson, gets it to Herho. She's got time to go up the floor, lays it up, no good, but gets the foul.
Oh, I thought Herho slipped. I thought she might have rolled her ankle. Thankfully, she got up. She's okay, but she took kind of an awkward fall there on that foul.
Foul was actually on Herho. A pretty surprising call for me and just about everyone here.
I was going to say, I think pretty much all the fans could see. I don't see how that was a foul on anybody else.
Shot from Carlson well short, and that is how the third quarter will end. Miami up 65-55, really taking control of this game in the regular season finale between the RedHawks and the Huskies. Stay tuned here on Red Hawk Radio. Fourth quarter coming up right after this. Fourth quarter, last quarter of the regular season between the Miami RedHawks and Northern Illinois Huskies. RedHawks up 65-55. The last frame of the regular season is underway. Maya Chandler getting the ball. RedHawks going right to left. And Gonzalez getting the ball right in front of us. Gets it down low to Treader. Cross-court pass to Richardson. Now in the corner to Singer. Driving baseline. Passes it out in between Chandler and Gonzalez.
No man's land.
And Chandler will have to make some magic happen. Mid-range shot
Yes,
is
she
good,
does.
and she's been doing that all day.
Yes, she
26
has.
points for Chandler now. Man, what a game for her as Coker is driving it inside, loses control. It is a scrum on the floor and
Chandler
a jump ball.
Chandler pickpocketed. Couldn't tell who was that who fell. Regardless, though, impressive defense of display for the RedHawks to just jump on top of it immediately.
Possession arrow goes to NIU, so they will inbound underneath their own basket. Gets it to Doyle in the corner, driving baseline, pops it out to Coker. Corner three is good, and NIU cuts it down to a 9-point lead for the RedHawks.
Yeah, just defensive breakdown, completely lost sight of Coker there.
Singer driving towards the middle of the floor, really going cross court.
Yeah,
gets it to
a little
Chandler.
mellow ball action there.
Steps back. Looking to find Singer right in front of the Miami bench, far side corner. Gets it to Chandler. Pump fakes, drives baseline, and is fouled. Foul is on Sydney McCray, her first. And McCray still with 16 points, no points in the second half. A really good job from the Miami defense. Miami going inbound underneath their own basket, pass it out to Chandler, pump fakes, has a drive inside, gets it to Richardson and to Singer, who will reset the offense. 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. Gets it to Richardson, right at the free throw line, down low to Treader, finds a cutting Richardson and is fouled. She will go back to the free throw line.
That was a beautiful pass there from Treader. Kind of threaded it in between two defenders, able to get the ball to Richardson, able to get her to shoot a couple shots here.
Miami really heating up offensively. They've made 6 out of the last 7 field goal attempts. Free throw from Richardson, no good. She'll fall for 2 for 3 on the day from the free throw line. Has all of Miami's free throw attempts.
Yeah, considering she only has 5 minutes registered today, isn't that bizarre? She's got the only free throws for today.
It is odd. Second free throw is good. Richardson will come out for Corey Lard. And remember, Lard playing with 3 fouls, as is Tamar Singer. Could be something to look out for the past 8.5 minutes as Coker takes it up for NIU, being guarded by Singer. Takes a screen, looking to find Stonebreaker down low. Does, and gets the lay-in with the foul. Foul is on Tamar Singer, so that's her 4th. So far, doesn't look like anybody's going to the scores table for Miami, although Glenn Box is looking around.
Yeah, trying to figure out what he wants to do.
Katie Richardson, who I would imagine comes in for Singer. Free throw is good from Stonebreaker.
I think it's interesting, too, they've chosen Richardson, especially given DeFries has hardly played at all. You saw a lot of her in the second quarter, but aside from that, first and second quarter, other than that, you really haven't seen a whole lot of her at all. Only 7 minutes for DeFries after, pretty much playing the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, Sean, only a few minutes for Richardson, 5, but does have 3 points. Has done a good job getting to the free throw line. As Chandler's far side corner passes it back out to Gonzalez, pump fakes, now looking inside to Amber Treader, takes one dribble, goes back up with the foul, gets it home, and Miami extends the lead back out to 9.
I'll tell you, what's impressive about today is the fact that NIU wanted to make this a shootout for a while there. And Miami was willing to dictate, was able to dictate the flow and the conditions of this game by saying, no, we're gonna force you to sit at half-court defense, and we're gonna run our half-court offense. We're not gonna make this a fast break game, back and forth, and they've been able to control the tempo of the game as a result.
Free throw from Treader is good. RedHawks up 71-61, 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Coker leading the NIU offense. Haven't seen as many threes, I feel like, from this Husky offense.
Certainly
Coker
not.
driving in, stops on a dime, throws it up, and connects. Cuts the Miami lead down to 8. 13 points on the day for Shelby Coker. Gonzalez looking to drive in for Miami, stops at the elbow, passes it out to Treader, back out to Lard, looking to drive in, tried to pass it to Herho, but was deflected away by NIU. Ball will stay with Miami. Yeah, I thought Lard had an open look there to shoot a
Yeah,
floater.
I thought she
to,
did too. I was a little surprised she didn't take that opportunity.
And Richardson will come back in the game for Herho.
Lard's certainly a good enough scorer that I think she feels pretty confident when she gets those looks like that she usually is willing to take it. So, some are more definitely deferential, but Lard's certainly not one of those players.
Lard inbounds it to Treader and hands it off back to Lard at the top of the key. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Gets it to Gonzalez. Looking inside to Treader. Ball gets past her. And the ball will go back to Miami, I believe. Have a meeting of the officials, and the ball will stay with the RedHawks.
Yeah, the initial call by the refs, everybody I think in Millett Hall was like, what?
Yeah, it certainly looked deflected by NIU.
Yeah.
Ball gets to Gonzalez, mid-range shot
Beautiful.
is good. Gonzalez so money with those mid-range shots.
Definitely.
She's able to do it again there.
I mean,
Miami up by 10.
Both teams 3 for 3 in the fourth quarter so far. A lot of scoring.
3 from McCray, top of the key is good. First points on the day for Sydney McCray. Couldn't have come at a better time for NIU. Miami leads by 7. Chandler, top of the key, takes it back outside, gets it to Richardson in the corner. Back out to Chandler, looking to go to her right, but Carlson, that's right where she was, stops on a dime, gets it back to Treader. Now to Lard, her 3 from the corner, misses
not even
everything,
close.
And is rebounded by NIU, has to save it, and will be a whistle and foul on Gonzalez, I believe. Or
no, it's Coker.
No, it is. The foul is on Coker, and that is her 4th foul. So an interesting development. The point guard for NIU now with 4 fouls.
Yeah, Doyle kind of had a, stumbled for a second. Or was falling out of bounds, so just kind of tried to heave it back inbounds, and Gonzalez able to take it and draw the foul.
Miami will inbound underneath their own basket, trying to find Chandler right in front of the Miami bench. They get it to her. She's trying to drive inside. Takes it back out, wrap around pass to Richardson down low. One bump, reverse layup is good. What a take for Richardson. And timeout, Miami.
That was just, wonderful physicality from Katie Richardson, just using her frame to just absolutely bully her defender.
Great take there for Richardson. Extends the Miami lead to 75-66 as we enter media timeout with 6:28 to go in the 4th quarter. Be back after this quick break. It's Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 35-66, Miami leads with 6:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. NIU running out of time to get back into this game. Looking to drive inside. It is Nickel who gets it back out to Carlson. 12 seconds on the shot clock, driving baseline, being guarded by Chandler, spins around, finds a cutting Doyle.
That's a
but
travel.
she walked. Ball go back to Miami. Fourth turnover on the day for Doyle. Richardson comes back in for the RedHawks.
That was great on-ball defense there from Nuria Herho. She was just absolutely stuck like glue to Doyle. That was really impressive.
Yeah, Herho only 2 points today, but as you mentioned, Sean really getting it done on the defensive end. Miami looking to extend the lead on the offensive end. Tamar Singer drives baseline, finds Treader wide open, but that will be a charge called on Singer.
Like you said, Treader was wide open, and that's the disappointing part of that, is that's the easiest 2 points Treader's going to see in her entire Miami career. But instead, Huskies get the ball there.
Lard comes back in for Miami. She will come in for Tamar Singer. And that was Singer's fifth, so now she is fouled out of today's game. And Coker comes back in for the Huskies. She will come in for Lexi Carlson. Coker with a mid-range jumper, able to connect on that. Miami up 75-68, 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Lard at the near side wing finds Gonzalez, trying to go inside to Richardson, being guarded by Stonebreaker. Couple dribbles inside, pass out to Treader. Her three is no good, almost. Rebounded by Stonebreaker, and a chance to really cut in this deficit for the Huskies. Doyle, corner three, just grazes the rim and is tipped around, out of bounds, and go back to NIU. Looked like there were three RedHawks all meeting at the ball. It hits off all of them and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you know, Brian, that was really unfortunate. Just, unfortunately, sometimes you just get a little unlucky. Like you said, that ricocheted, I think, off of 4 different RedHawks at one point. And none of them could get a clean grip on the ball, and eventually gets kicked out by Corey Lard. On accident, of course.
Herho comes back in for Richardson. Seems like a defensive move there from Glenn Box.
Yeah.
Nickel driving
Small ball a little
baseline.
bit.
Tries to go inside, and a foul called on Lard. As the ball is trying to go down low to McRae.
Definitely been a discrepancy. I mean, we've already mentioned this, but a bit of a discrepancy in the fouls called. 17 fouls called on Miami, just 10 on the Huskies today.
And that's the 4th foul on Corey Lard.
Yeah, this guard depth is really going to be tested down the stretch here.
Coker with the ball, far side wing. Trying to go inside to Stonebreaker, but goes just past her into the hands of Gonzalez. Stops, tries to go inside. Shot from the MAC logo is good, and the foul. What a drive from Angelina Gonzalez. And right as NIU had a few
they seem to be building some momentum. Yeah. And that's what Gonzalez is just so composed. You know, she sees her team start. You know, NIU starts to rack up string together a couple possessions in a row, and calmly just gets an and one. I mean, it's really wonderful stuff from Angelina Gonzalez.
Gets the free throw. She is up to 19 points on today's game, 9 for 13 from the field.
It's been the three-headed monster, Treader and Gonzalez Chandler, each with 17, 19, and 20.
Coker falls down. Lard trying to get the ball. Are they going to call a foul or a jump ball
I think
here?
It's going to be a jump here, or at least it should be.
It certainly looked like it, but I haven't seen a
A
signal.
little physical, though.
The possession arrow was with Miami, and that is, in fact, what they will call.
There you go. Wonderful defense there, and really aggressive. It was very physical play there. You know, three different girls on the ground, just kind of scrumming for the ball. But thankfully, it was just a jump ball. Miami gets the possession.
The steal will go to Herho, but it was Herho and Lard both right there for Miami. Coker subs out Carlson in for the Huskies.
Box telling him to slow down.
4:15 to go in the fourth quarter. And yeah, Lard going to slow things down. Gets it to Herho into Gonzalez, looking to drive to the other side of the floor. Steps back, goes inside to Treader, turns around. Shot is good.
Easy. Just
Easy
so
basket.
effortless for her.
just turned right around and had enough room for Treader. She is up to 19 points. Doyle, the ball, trying to go inside, instead drives in with the right hand, gets it taken away, and now
pickpocket by Herho.
Lard with the ball, gets it to Herho, passes up a transition three, and Lard will take it back out. And yeah, Coach Box right behind her saying, let's slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, Coach Box really wants to take no chances here, really slowing this down. Nothing's being set until 15 seconds left on the shot clock.
Now 8 seconds on the shot clock, gets it to Chandler right in front of the Miami bench. They're trying to go inside, step back three for Chandler. Instead, just grazes the rim and is rebounded by McCray.
And that's the danger of slowing down. You don't have as much time to get that great shot.
Trying to go inside to Stonebreaker, turn around Jay, no good. Rebounded by Gonzalez, looking to push up the floor. I'd imagine she's going to take it out.
1 on 4. Yeah, I was going to say that would have been very gutsy of her to try to navigate a 1 on 4 situation there.
And Chandler gets it back out to Corey Lard with 16 seconds to go on the shot clock, 2:50 to go in the game. Glenn Box really making it a point of emphasis to slow things down every offensive possession at this point. Chandler with the ball, top of the key, looking to drive inside, does. Crazy lay-in, misses everything, was looking for a foul, but none called.
I don't think she should have gotten a foul. I think that was the right no call.
Paul goes to Carlson from the corner, is no good, rebounded by Lard, and she pauses for a second and will casually bring up the ball.
She is so nonchalant doing that.
Almost got into a trap right in the coffin corner, but able to get out of it. Ball will go back to Lard with about 2:10 to go in the game.
Yeah, once
being
again
guarded by Nickel, and a whistle on the floor, and I believe a timeout for Miami. In fact, it is.
I think Coach Box wanted to actually wants to get a set ready, because the last couple offensive possessions, the shot selection has been poor at best.
Yeah.
You know, and we know that this team is obviously, I mean, they already have 80 points. They're very obviously offensively capable of getting better shots than what they've been able to get the last couple possessions. And by slowing down, you know, they're so used to being playing sped up the way they have the first, 38 minutes, that suddenly when you ask them to slow down for the last couple minutes, it's like, well, that's completely opposite of what I've been doing for the first 38. So makes sense. Just get a good set, get a good shot here. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Easily enough time for something good.
Especially for Miami currently up by 12 points. There's really no need to speed things up with 2 minutes to go. That
Certainly
would just
not.
allow NIU to get right back into this game.
And that plays right into the play style they want to play into.
Exactly. Chandler will inbound. Well, we need to get the ball first from the referee.
Yeah, Angelina Gonzalez was ready to grab the ball.
Chandler will be inbounding the ball right in front of us. Carlson will be defending her, back facing towards her. And he gets it to Treader and hands it back off to Chandler. Will take things out and slow things down again. 7 seconds to go on the shot clock. Ball gets to Angelina Gonzalez, driving it with her left hand, steps back, has to do something, just has to throw it up, and I don't think she realized how much time was left on the shot clock.
I think, I don't even think Glenn Box doesn't seem particularly upset, given that you were still able to burn the entire shot clock, even if you weren't able to get even a shot off period. Obviously, that's not ideal, but you would certainly prefer, if you're going to get if you're going to get a shot off, you make sure it's good. If not, just burn the time.
Trying to go Stonebreaker down low, gets to the hands of Gonzalez instead, trying to go coast to coast, and a jump ball as she was trying to go up for the layup. The possession arrow is with NIU, so it'll be Husky basketball. It really goes against everything we've seen from Miami these past few possessions.
Yeah, I don't think Glenn Box was too happy about that. Obviously, you like the fast. If there's a fast break opportunity, you take it. But if you have a chance to burn 30 seconds, burn those 30 seconds.
McCray looking to drive inside, left hand, throws it up, is no good, but gets the foul called on
I don't know about that one.
It's going to be a blocking foul on Miami, much to the dismay of this Millett crowd.
I would respectfully disagree with that call. I think Herho probably did have her feet set, but I'm gonna assume they did not agree with that assessment. So 2 shots for the Huskies.
First free throw is good. They'll cut the lead to 11 for Miami. The 3rd foul on Nuria Herho today.
Herho certainly seemed to have a very decisive opinion about where she stood on that call there.
Second free throw from McCray is good. She's up to 21 points on today's game, and Whistle on the floor. Timeout NIU. Down 10 points with 1:33 to go here in the fourth. Well, Sean, with the RedHawks up double digits with just over a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter, you'd have to imagine we're going to have to see more of that slower pace that we've seen from the RedHawks the past few possessions.
Absolutely. I imagine that, you play this possession out and then, hopefully you get a stop, quick bucket, and then that's when if you don't get the bucket or Miami scores, then that's when you kind of decide, okay, do I start fouling? Do I not start fouling? But you're giving yourself a chance here by getting your press set, hopefully generating a steal or turnover, and then, getting that bucket so then you can kind of see, okay, well, then what play do we want to run?
And for the NIU side, you're kind of alluding to it, Sean, but at what point would you start to think about fouling here and trying to play the free throw game?
My guess would be probably about the minute mark is when you would start to foul, given that, you figure, okay, 30 seconds come off the clock for one possession. If, they decide they don't want to foul and Miami's able to break the press, you let them go through that possession, hope they continue their streak of poor offensive possessions now down the stretch, and then just get a stop and then, make a couple quick baskets.
NIU applying pressure. Lard trying to inbound it, gets it to Treader, back out to Lard, gets it to Chandler again, and way up the floor to Emily Bratton, making her first appearance in today's game.
Yeah, that's not surprising. You want your best shooters out at this point now. Ones you can rely upon to shoot your free throws well, given especially that they haven't had a chance to really shoot a whole lot of free throws today. Anybody really hasn't had a lot of free throws to shoot today.
Foul is on Lexi Carlson. That is her first. Bratton on the line, a 75% free throw shooter, and drills it there to extend the Miami lead to 11.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you brought Bratton into the program. She's an outstanding shooter, set a whole bunch of records in her time in high school. I mean, she's certainly, and I'll give her credit with, ice in her veins, coming, cold off the bench, coming in and just shooting 2 free throws and coming right back out, doing exactly what she was asked to do. That is impressive stuff.
Herho will come in for her for the defensive substitution.
Yeah, Herho's a little taller, a little bigger, definitely gives them a little more defensively.
And Lexi Carlson will come back in for the Huskies. She will come in for Laura Nickel. 1:20 to go. NIU's got to move quickly. Coker driving in, shot from the MAC logo, finds its way in, and off to a 10-point lead and another timeout for NIU. After this, they will have one timeout left, as well as Miami with 1:16 to go. Huskies down 82-72 here in the regular season finale. Would probably have to imagine a different type of press look here for NIU.
Yeah, that one was almost too easy, and also, it allowed Miami to burn a few seconds because that and Miami, if they had wanted to, had a 2-on-1 look as they got down the court. So yes, I do imagine that you're probably looking at a much different press look for the Huskies.
1:16 to go. You gotta wonder when NIU will start to play the foul game as well. Miami on the year, a 75.3% team from the free throw line, third in the MAC coming into today's game. Lard trying to inbound it to Gonzalez and does get fouled.
That's not who you want going to the line either if you're NIU. Great free throw shooter.
Gonzalez, a 73.8 free throw 73% shooter from the free throw line coming into today's game. And Claire Chambers comes in from the scores table, the senior making her first appearance in today's game.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the senior able to get some minutes here and some potentially key moments here.
First free throw from Gonzalez is good, extends the lead to 11. Yeah, you typically kind of see a move like that pretty much when the game's over, but still meaningful minutes to go as Gonzalez misses the second free throw. NIU down 11, 1:10 to go. Coker driving inside, shoots it from the free throw line, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Treader, gets it to Lard, and she is fouled.
I'll tell you, there's no quit in this NIU team. I know quite a few coaches who would have just waved it off and said, okay, just let it go. But with a minute and 2 seconds left, Coach Carlson is saying, nope, nope, we want to keep ourselves in this game.
Honestly, Sean, I'm a little surprised these past few possessions with how often and how well at times they could shoot the three-point ball
Yeah,
that they're not
that's an
shooting more of those.
excellent point, Brian. And, you know, obviously Miami, NIU, you know, 1 for 5 from their last 5 field goals, so it's just been a poor shooting stretch for them. But, you know, we've seen, like you said, we've seen multiple stretches where they've been able to get hot throughout this game. Why not try that again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both free throws good from Lard. Miami lead extends to 13, the largest lead of today's game. Coker trying to drive inside again, pass that out to Doyle. Step back, not quite a 3, is good though, and lead will cut down to 11. Lard going to inbound it. Taking some time, gets it to Gonzalez.
Almost got a
and
5-second call on that.
Yeah, a little too close for comfort
Definitely.
there if you're Miami. 49.8 to go. Gonzalez will go back to the line. Foul was on Doyle. That is her third.
I'm a little shocked that Glenn Box actually didn't just decide to burn his final timeout on that, because the risk of giving NIU the ball back, you know, 50, 55 seconds left, and a chance to make this a 3-possession game. That's a little scary, and definitely, that makes it too close for comfort there. But thankfully, just able to get it out to Gonzalez, who's able to calmly hit those 2 free throws.
Lead out 87 to 74, 45 seconds to go. Coker step back 3 is good, and lead will go down to 10. Would have to imagine NIU's going to bring pressure again. They do, and they foul Lard immediately.
Now, Lard is somebody you want going to the line, only a 66% free throw shooter. In fact, you look at the scouting report as far as the folks who are actually in the lineup, she's the worst free throw shooter out of all of the folks in the rotation. So
Lard today 2 for 2 from the free throw line. First one is good. Make it 3 for 3. RedHawks up 88 to 77. These are the most points scored by this RedHawk bunch as Lard drills the second one against a Division I opponent this season, second overall. Most since the game against Hiram College where they scored 97. Ball taken away by Miami. And I believe they're going to say it was out of bounds off the hands of Claire Chambers.
Just barely. Corey Lard was about to fall out of bounds into the corner, kind of near where Coach Lisa Carlson was standing, but falls back, throws it back in, and then Claire Chambers unable to corral it. So unfortunate, but 12-point lead. You still feel pretty good about
Amber Treader will exit the game, I'm guessing, for the last time. 19 points, 8 rebounds, laying good from Stonebreaker. Camille Jackson takes her place.
And it looks like NIU's going to call off the dogs.
12 players in action today for Miami at some point today, and that is going to, in fact, do it for the RedHawks. They're going to get an 89 to 79 victory over the Northern Illinois Huskies. Probably not what you wanted to see defensively for the RedHawks, Sean, but offensively, a really, really good performance today. Brings some momentum back into the MAC tournament next week.
I mean, and you just got to give so much credit to Coach Glenn Box on the turnaround from this season. Obviously, last season we talked about this before this game started. 9-20. One of the worst teams in the MAC was 8th seed in the tournament last year. Now being able to go in with a chance as a top 5 seed is really impressive stuff, and really speaks to the roster turnaround we've been able to see from Coach Box and the rest of his crew.
Miami will finish the regular season 19-10 and 10-7 in the Mid-American Conference.
11-7.
Yes, sorry. That will be good for 5th in the MAC tournament. They will be playing Kent State next Wednesday in Cleveland. The winner facing Ball State likely in the 1-8 game.
Good luck with that's a doozy, but you know what? They already beat Kent State this season. That's certainly a matchup you like. You certainly like as a 4-5 in a 4-5 game.
That game will be next Wednesday. It'll be the second game played, so probably around 1:30-ish against the Golden Flashes, who they have already beaten this year, as you mention, Sean. Leading scorers today for Miami, Maya Chandler, 26 points, Angelina Gonzalez, 22, and Amber Treader, 19, three-headed monster.
Yeah.
Really showing off today for
So
the
impressive.
RedHawks. And for the Huskies, Sydney McCray leading with 21, Coker leading with 20, and Stonebreaker with 13. Really good performance today for the RedHawks. Sean, any final thoughts before we sign off?
Well, you know, we talked about this throughout the game. The ability for Miami to match and to adjust their style against a team that, you know, was dictating this game for stretches, dictating the tempo and the style of this game for large stretches of this game. The fact that they were able to settle in and kind of reshape that, and that they were able to, you know, reset the tempo and the style that they were able to play, and able to keep pace with a team that, you know, scored 79 points against a top, you know, 60 defense in the country by efficiency metrics. I mean, really impressive stuff, and just kind of shows you the versatility that this squad has.
Yeah, 89 points today for Miami, most against a D1 opponent all season. Really impressive performance, especially offensively for Miami, as the regular season concludes for the RedHawks and overall season ends for the Northern Illinois Huskies, as they did not qualify for the MAC tournament. Well, for everyone here at Red Hawk Radio, thank you so much for joining our coverage of women's basketball all regular season long, and from Millett Hall all season long. For Bryan Miller and Sean Wiesemann, thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you have a great rest of your Saturday and weekend. Red Hawks win 89-79.